Round one of the CCAC Women's Basketball Tournament is here, and it's the Fighting Saints of St. Francis hosting the Trinity International Trojans in today's quarterfinal matchup. Welcome to the broadcast from St. Francis in Joliet, Illinois. I'm Terry Bonadonna on the call for this evening's game. It's a rematch of just over a week ago when the Fighting Saints took down the Trojans by 26 points. They'll look for similar results today in trying to advance to the semifinals on Thursday. Steve Brooks has a few final words with his team before the opening tip in his third season with the Fighting Saints. Trinity International is coached by third-year head man Irvin Jerry. The team in blue is the Trojans, already out on the court, led by their sophomore star forward Alina Yankee. Their four guards are Carly Sheblo, Cassandra Ibarra, Dana Percival, and Taylor Hibicki. Jordan Pyle on the tip against Yankee. And away we go. Tip is won by Trinity, going from left to right for the first 20 minutes of today's game. It's Carly Sheblo, guarded by Leah Sims. Sims in the backcourt with Shadrian McDaniel for the Fighting Saints. Paige Gieske, Caitlin Elward, Jordan Pyle make up the front court for Steve Brooks' squad today. Ibarra drives, the runner does not go. She gets her own rebound, back up with it. A little bit short, rebound Yankee. McDaniel tries to rip it away and can't. It's a third chance for Trinity International. Bounced inside, Hibicki rolls it in. Nice touch from the freshman Taylor Hibicki. And Trinity International takes a 2-0 lead. They put on the full court press. There's McDaniel working to get it across half court. She does. Leah Sims way up top sets up the offense. Saints spread it out. Sims dribbles off to the left side, up top to Caitlin Elward. Now Jordan Pyle. Pyle lobs it down low through the hands of Caitlin Elward, taken away by Yankee. Here come the Trojans, already ahead by 2, just over a minute into the game. Sheblo dribbles to the left side, McDaniel guarding her. Here's Hibicki, down to the corner, back to Carly Sheblo. Half the shot clock used up by Trinity. Sheblo, nice crossover, lobs it to the free throw line. Alina Yankee's jumper is good. 4-0 Trinity International. This is already a bigger lead than they ever possessed in their loss here last week. Across half court, it's Jordan Pyle winging it across to Leah Sims through her hands. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for St. Francis, and in both cases, dropped passes that Trinity was just able to scoop up and get the steal. They'll try to extend a 4-point lead. Yankee bounces it down low to Hibicki. Good ball movement out to Dana Percival. 3-pointer misses short. And finally a rebound for Caitlin Elward. It's the first rebound of the game for St. Francis. Trinity had 3 opportunities on their first possession. Elward works her way inside, misses off the glass. Rebounded by Trinity. A quick one and done for the Fighting Saints that time. We're only 2 minutes in, so far dominated by Trinity. A long way to go here. Alina Yankee turnaround off the backboard, gets the roll. Trinity's early domination continues, 6-0, and now nearly taken away again. Elward threw it towards the back of Paige Gieske, who was not looking. And it was nearly stolen, but Leah Sims was Johnny on the spot to pick that ball up. Now Sims on the drive, misses a wild runner, rebounded by Alina Yankee. And there's a sloppy pass from Trinity. Sims pokes it away to Jordan Pyle. Pyle drives inside. Contact, but no foul as she misses on the layup, and the rebound goes to the Trojans. Here's Taylor Hibicki working quickly across half court and slowing it down. Jordan Pyle in pursuit. Hibicki crosses over to the left side, passes to the point guard Sheblo. Carly Sheblo walks around the perimeter and hands it to Cassandra Ibarra with 12 on the shot clock. Pull up 3 for Ibarra. Gets it to go. 9-0 Trinity, and a timeout called by Steve Brooks. It has been an ugly start for St. Francis and a dynamic one for Trinity. The Trojans have come to play today. They have looked much stronger so far in this game than they did just 10 days ago when we saw them last. As for St. Francis, they have not had a good-looking possession yet on the offensive side, and sluggish on the boards as well, as they've allowed a few early offensive rebounds for Trinity International, and it's very obvious Steve Brooks is not happy with his team's play early on. He's about as animated on the sideline right now as I've seen him all year. Trinity comes into today's game with an 18-12 record. It's their first winning season in 9 years. It's the first time, in fact, that they've won as many as 10 games in a season in 7 years. Entering today's contest, well, I should say finishing the season, they were 7th in the conference with a 12-10 record. securing the 7th seed. First conference tournament game for this program in a long time, and you can tell they're fired up. You heard those records I mentioned a moment ago, 18-12 and 12-10. Yeah, St. Francis beat them by 26 just a week ago as they turn it over again. Alward tried to get it into McDaniel right off her hands. That's the 4th time today that a pass has gone off of a St. Francis player's hands and right out of bounds. Caitlin Alward's checking out after just 3 minutes. Alward, an All-American and potentially the front runner for Conference Player of the Year, does not usually come out of a game this early as Yankee drives in and lays it in. Alward sub, Andriana Acosta let her go in a wide open layup for Yankee. It's 11-0. Nothing's going right at the moment for St. Francis. Here's Jordan Pyle at the top. Pyle walks it off to the right side, holds it on the wing, up top to Acosta. Acosta around the screen, drives inside, gets to the basket and draws the foul. Acosta made the mistake on the defensive end, but now providing a spark offensively, the first player off the bench for Steve Brooks today. And now a substitution for Trinity International as well, as they bring Crystal Walker in for the first time. Walker, a senior from Zion, Illinois, one of the few seniors on this roster. It's a young Trinity team. They should be a force to be reckoned with over the next couple of years in the CCAC. Acosta knocks down the first free throw, and St. Francis is finally on the board. I think that's going to be fun to see the next couple of years. We've grown so used to seeing Trinity International as the punching bag down at the bottom of the conference, but this team is set up to contend near the top of the table over the next several seasons. Irvin Jerry's got them in very good position. And now an offensive foul on Trinity International. So they turn the ball over for the first time. I believe that's their first turnover. Offensive foul on Carly Sheblo. Her first foul, the team's second. Paige Gieske weaves through the defenders. Off down low to Jordan Pyle, and Pyle dribbled it off her foot. Another St. Francis turnover. Here comes Trinity. Sheblo around the screen to the left side. Sheblo works her way towards the top. Wide open three, Hibiki, got it. Left unchecked, way too easy for one of the better shooters on this Trinity International roster. Taylor Hibiki entered play today, averaging a team best 14 points per game as Trinity nearly stole it there. Gieske got it back across half court, bounced down low for Acosta, picked up, outside Pyle, fakes the shot, now dribbles inside. In the paint, Pyle to the basket, she's fouled. First foul on Crystal Walker. It's the third on Trinity International, and Jordan Pyle has an opportunity from the line. She makes her first. First point for Jordan Pyle tonight, and there's her second. Saints are 4 of 4 from the free throw line. It's a good thing they are, because they've gotten nothing going in the half-court game. Here's Sheblo. Dribbling along the left side, guarded by Leah Sims, gives it up top to Ibarra. Ibarra hands off to Crystal Walker. Walker slipped, but gets the ball off to Yankee. Three-pointer off to the left. Rebound Jordan Pyle. There's a good defensive stand for St. Francis. Haven't put together too many good offensive possessions yet. We'll see if they can change that right here. Chasing 10 points early in this game. Paige Gieske in the corner. Gieske works her way to the elbow, picks up the dribble, finds McDaniel outside. Here's McDaniel on the drive, in the lane, loses the ball, gets it back, and shovels it off to Leah Sims. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Sims, deep three-pointer, no good, in and out. Rebounded by Yankee. Halfway through the first quarter, Sims jumps in the passing lane there and knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Trinity as Dana Percival checks back in. And Cassandra Ibarra takes a seat for Trinity. 10-point lead for the Trojans. Walker at the top. Crystal Walker drives on Gieske, gets to the hoop and draws the foul. That one will go against Paige Gieske. It's her first, and it's the first on the team. Leads to 2 free throws for Crystal Walker. Walker is a 75% foul shooter. Shadrian McDaniel leaves. We see Caitlin Elward check back in. Elward oftentimes doesn't sit more than a minute or two for an entire game. To see her sit down for 2 minutes in the first quarter today is a bit of a shock. Walker misses on the first free throw. But a sloppy start for Elward and the Saints. Steve Brooks perhaps sending a message to his team by yanking her early. Now the All-American is back on the floor. We'll see if she can lead the charge here as Trinity extends the lead to 11 points. They've been up by as many as 12 in this first quarter. Here's Acosta across half court, bounce back to Caitlin Aylward. Aylward to the top of the key, dribbles it off to the right side. She's all alone on that side of the court. Up top to Jordan Pyle, passes to the left side. This is Acosta, 14 on the shot clock. Paige Gieske directing Acosta towards the basket. Off to the right side, the pass goes to Pyle, now up top Aylward. 6 to shoot for Leah Sims. Sims on the left wing, step back 3, no good. Rebound battled for, knocked out of bounds, last touched by the Fighting Saints. With the shot clock running down, Sims has been forced into a couple of deep jump shots the last few possessions. She's been a hot shooter over the course of the month of February. Not so far today as the Saints continue to search for their first field goal. Dana Percival lobs it to the elbow for Yankee. Yankee dribbles inside. Step back jumper is good from about 8 feet out. Impressive pull up there from Alina Yankee. One of the top young players in the conference. Sophomore forward for Trinity International. Very quiet last week against the Saints. Not in the first quarter today. Yankee's got 8. The lead is 13 for Trinity. Ball tipped out to Leah Sims. Three-pointer, got it. That time her feet were set. She was wide open. And a perfect shot from Leah Sims. The first field goal of the game for St. Francis. It took them over 6 minutes, but they're back within 10. Trinity will try to get those points back. It's Yankee driving down the center. Kicks it outside Percival. Percival gets the screen. Percival frees herself up at the free throw line. Out to Yankee. Three-pointer, too strong. Rebounded by Gieske. Now the Saints want to run. It's Gieske on the move to the right side. Fires it down low to Acosta. Down the baseline, kicked out to Aylward. Open shot for Aylward. No good. Rebound Hibicki. 3:10 to play in the first period. Hibicki off to the right side. Passes to Crystal Walker. Walker sets it up around a screen from Yankee. Stripped and taken away by Leah Sims. Sims one-on-one against Walker. Pulls up and passes back outside. Good defense by Crystal Walker, preventing the fast break points. Now Sims in the half court, drives, layup, no, rebound Hibicki. Sims got the layup she was looking for in the first place, didn't fall for her though. Pull-up jumper Walker misses short, offensive rebound Yankee. Alina Yankee backing in on Acosta, turnaround jumper, misses off the back iron, rebounded by Pyle. Fast-paced action here in the first quarter. We've got 2.5 minutes to play before the end of the period, and it's a 10-point lead for Trinity International. Been a while since we've seen a stoppage in this game, so Leah Sims slows things down. Bounced over to the right side. This is Paige Gieske. Gieske circles the perimeter, kicks it out to Jordan Pyle. Pyle works her way off to the right side for Leah Sims. Sims with 3 to shoot. Doesn't see the shot clock. Pyle doesn't either. Finally, she throws one up at the buzzer and banks it in. Saints got bailed out by the backboard right there. Great defensive possession by Trinity International, and St. Francis had seemingly no awareness of the clock. Finally, Jordan Pyle saw it at the last instant, knocked down the 3. Sheblo on the other end gets underneath the basket, kicks it out to Walker. Up top by Hibicki for 3. This one's off to the left, and the rebound goes to Jordan Pyle. Saints defense is starting to perk up a little bit. Now they try to make their move offensively. They've scored the last 6 points after trailing by as many as 13. Jordan Pyle on the right wing, dribbles it to the top of the key. Pyle out to Gieske. She tries a 3 ball. That's good. 3 straight 3-pointers for the Fighting Saints. They're on a 9-0 run, and the deficit is down to 4. Trinity slows it down. It's been more than 3 minutes since the last stoppage in this game. They were going up and down the floor at lightning pace for a little while. Dana Percival at the top of the key, driving on Acosta. Percival forces one up, and she's fouled by Adriana Acosta. And finally, a break in the action with 63 seconds to play in the first quarter. That allows some subs who have been waiting a long time to come in. Ali Hernandez in for Paige Gieske, who just hit that 3-pointer. Briley Gula is in for Trinity International. Ibarra back on the floor as well, as Percival knocks down her first free throw attempt. That puts an end to St. Francis's 9-0 run. Trinity International began this game by scoring 11 straight points, so some big runs in the first quarter. As the second free throw misses. Free throws have been a plus for St. Francis in the first. They're 4 for 4. Trinity just 2 of 4. Jordan Pyle fires down low for Acosta, poked away from behind by Sheblo and stolen by Trinity International. This is Cassandra Ibarra. Leah Sims knocks it away from behind, but out of bounds. Sims tried to pick her pocket there as Ibarra was not aware of her presence so close on the floor. Sims was not able to keep it in bounds, though. So with 22 on the shot clock, Trinity does get to inbound from the baseline. Sheblo looks around, can't find anybody, and that's a 5-second call. Finally forced it into Gula, but just a tick too late. Strong defense by St. Francis. An ugly start to this one for the Fighting Saints. They seem to have picked up the pace, though, after the first 6 minutes or so. Acosta to Ali Hernandez, and Hernandez, the senior guard, passes to Leah Sims on the left side. Sims sets it up. Walked off to the left side. Leah Sims up top finds Jordan Pyle. Pyle looking low instead. Fires to the right side. Ali Hernandez, 8 to shoot. To Jordan Pyle. Pyle starts to drive, crossover, pull up inside the free throw line. Misses the jumper. Rebound by Ibarra. The shot clock is off. The Trojans can take the final shot of the quarter here. They lead by 5. The lead has been as many as 13. 6 seconds to play. Here's Walker. Walker working against Pyle. Turnaround. Wild jumper is good. And that's how the first quarter ends. Couldn't have worked out a whole lot better for Trinity International. They did see St. Francis at one point go on a 9-0 run. Saints were able to get themselves back into the game, but the Saints team that beat Trinity by 26 just a week ago will try to play comeback today, down by 7 after a quarter. After a quarter of play here at the Sullivan Center, St. Francis trails Trinity International by a 20-13 count. Trinity came out firing on all cylinders. This is a team that just 10 days ago in this arena was held to 22 total points in the first half. And they have almost matched that in just the first quarter today. They're already more than halfway to their game total from last week when they scored 37. Lena Yankee, who has been one of their top scorers and rebounders all year, had just 10 and 3 in the game last week. She's got 8 points, 3 rebounds already in this one. She's on the bench though as we start the second quarter. St. Francis in possession. It's Leah Sims bouncing down low to Acosta. Turnaround off the backboard. Pretty shot there from Andriana Acosta. Saints are back within 5, 20-15. Trinity International back in possession here. They led by as many as 13. That lead was then cut down to just 4 points. Crystal Walker hit a last-second jumper to end the first quarter, beating the buzzer. Knocked away from Gula. Loose ball picked up by Walker. 8 on the shot clock. Here's Ibarra. Bounce down low for Gula. Gula is called for the travel. Breely Gula, freshman from Grays Lake, Illinois. One of no fewer than 3 freshmen playing big minutes for this Trinity team, along with Carly Sheblo and Taylor Hibicki. Ali Hernandez up top. Walks it off to the right side, guarded by Hibicki. 17 to shoot. Hernandez stripped by Hibicki. The ball is loose and stolen by Dana Percival. Percival did not have numbers. She pulls it back. Sheblo back to Percival on the right side. Percival likes to shoot. That time it wasn't there for her. Given up to Sheblo. Sheblo walks it to the top. Half the shot clock gone as she crosses over on Acosta. Flies to the hoop, lays it up, and in. Great ball work there by Carly Sheblo. She blew right by Andriana Acosta. And a free lane to the basket after that. Leah Sims across the half-court line. Sims passes to the right side. Ali Hernandez. Hernandez gets the screen. Drives in from the left. Pull up from 14 feet. Misses short. Rebounded by Ibarra. Cassandra Ibarra across the timeline. To the right side, pulls up along the sideline. Her pass deflected out of bounds by Jordan Pyle. 20 on the shot clock. It stays with Trinity. Paige Gieske is in for Leah Sims. Only Jordan Pyle now has been out there the entire time for the Fighting Saints. Alina Yankee is back in for Trinity. Gula takes a seat. This time Sheblo is able to get it in cleanly to Taylor Hibicki. Guarded by Caitlin Alward, tries to make a move, well defended. Hibicki picks it up, passes out to Ibarra. Under 10 on the shot clock. Hibicki left side, drives along the baseline, blocked from behind by Caitlin Alward. And Alward grabs the ball, taking off the other way. Kicked out to Acosta on the left, back behind her. Ali Hernandez had the look, gives it up instead. Now down low, easy layup for Acosta. Ali Hernandez is one of the best three-point shooters on the team. Very surprised she didn't take the shot she had, but they ended up getting a better look out of it. A wide open layup for Acosta. And the Fighting Saints are back within 5. 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. This is Yankee in the post, working against Alward. Outside Percival. Percival, pull-up jumper from the elbow. Misses off the rim, rebounded by Jordan Pyle. Ali Hernandez across center court. Dribbles to the left, gives it to Pyle. Pyle, one step into the left, now outside. Hernandez hits the three. Fourth three-pointer made in this game for St. Francis. And they are within 2. This is as close as it's been since 2-0. 6:54 on the clock, 22-20. Trinity nursing a short lead now. They've been outscored 7-2 so far in the second quarter. Hibicki is fouled by Jordan Pyle. Pyle tried to stay straight up. Hibicki was able to go underneath her and get the contact. So Pyle is called for her first. It's the team's first. And Hibicki is at the line for 2 free throws. 84% foul shooter, makes the first one. One more, and Trinity can move back ahead by 2 possessions. That's where they've been most of the day so far. 24-20. Trojans lead, and now they get to put on the full court press, which has given St. Francis fits today. Acosta, cross court. That's Paige Gieske on the receiving end. Jordan Pyle on the wing. Inside for Acosta. Acosta is blocked by Hibicki. I think that was tipped, but Yankee steps on the baseline, trying to turn that ball the other way. St. Francis gets it right back, and I believe that will go as a turnover for Trinity. Looked like the Trojans did have possession before Yankee stepped out. So it's a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock for St. Francis. Bounced in for Gieske, who backs out. Gieske finds Pyle down in the corner, bounced down low for Acosta off of her hands. Yankee dives on top of it. Now the ball is loose, and we've got a tie-up. Possession arrows going the other way. I don't know if Saints all put grease on their hands before the game today or what, but I've never seen any team, let alone a team that is usually so good fundamentally as St. Francis is, drop so many passes. Ball has just slipped through their fingers time and time again in the first half. Sheblo on the right wing, up to Ibarra, three-pointer, too strong, rebound. Acosta saves it right to Jordan Pyle. And now Ali Hernandez sets up the charge. Hernandez backs off to Pyle over on the left side. It's Gieske. Bounce down low to Alward, who's immediately double teamed. Caitlin Alward spins back outside to Gieske. Cross court Pyle for 3. No good. Rebounded by Ibarra. Cassandra Ibarra's pass is nearly picked off by Gieske. She couldn't stay in bounds. Nice job by Gieske, though, jumping the passing lane. They reset the shot clock, and that time Gieske definitely never did have possession, so they're going to have to change that one back. And that's what the officials are talking about right now. Today's referees, Mark Cladis, Nick Cladis, and Ken Faulkner. Hibicki will be inbounding for Trinity once we're ready to go again. Crystal Walker, Dana Percival, Alina Yankee, Carly Sheblo, and Taylor Hibicki in for the visiting side on offense. Saints have Hernandez, Pyle, Alward, Gieske, and Acosta. Still working over at that scorer's table. Now the shot clock is reset to 25. Hibicki into Yankee. Right back to the freshman. Taylor Hibicki backs up beyond the three-point line, hands it to Walker, left side of the court. Around a screen, she pulls up. Back to Hibicki, 13 to shoot. Hibicki's in some trouble. Gieske nearly knocked it away. Hibicki sticks with it though. Yonke down low, working against Jordan Pyle. Yonke towards the basket, blocked by Jordan Pyle. Alina Yonke is the conference leader in blocks. She gets a taste of her own medicine right there. She's calling for the foul. None of the officials did. Here's Hernandez in the corner, working it outside. And we've got a whistle before Paige Gieske's three-point attempt, a foul on the floor against Trinity International. 5:03 to play in the first half. St. Francis has been down big for much of this first half, but they're within 4 points right now. Jordan Pyle on the baseline. Out to the corner, Ali Hernandez for three. Skims the rim, no good, but a rebound by Acosta, and the Saints get a chance to reset. 15 on the shot clock for Jordan Pyle. Pyle passes off to Hernandez on the left side. Around the screen from Acosta, Hernandez picks it up, double team, finds Pyle. Bounce down low for Acosta. In the post, kicked out to Gieske. Three-pointer, short, rebounded by Yonke. Saints come up empty on 2 attempts on that possession. Trinity basketball, it's Sheblo. Sheblo working against Hernandez. Dribbles to the left, tries to get inside, but Hernandez has her stopped. Given up to Hibicki. Hibicki drives, kicks back out to Sheblo. 9 to shoot. Sheblo backs it up into the corner. Hibicki for three, good. Second made three-pointer today for Taylor Hibicki. She's got 10 points to lead all scorers. 14-point per game scorer on the season. She does not typically shoot all that well from the outside, but she has today. 2 three-pointers made, just a 28% shooter for the season. Alward drives and is not able to hit on the layup. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Acosta. Will go on the other way. St. Francis has cleaned up a lot of their early game sloppiness. They're still not shooting the ball very well though, particularly from inside the arc. They've been much better on three-pointers in this first half, which is uncharacteristic of a team that typically does rely on getting the ball inside. Here's Sheblo with a 7-point lead for Trinity. They've scored 5 in a row. Yonke at the free throw line, working against Gieske, kicks it back out. Sheblo on the drive, forces up a wild shot and misses, but Yonke is there for the putback. It's a 7-0 run for Trinity, and their lead is back up to 9. It's been as big as 13. Saints cut it to 2 just a moment ago. And they've got some work to do again. Lob down low for Alward, who lays it in. First points of the game for Caitlin Alward, the conference's leading scorer this season. Took her 17 minutes to get on the board today, but she brings St. Francis back within 7, snapping the 7-0 run from Trinity. Walker down in the corner, passes it up top to Hibicki. Taylor Hibicki directing the troops, gets the screen to the right side, picked up by Alward, and she throws it out of bounds. Bad pass, Hibicki looking for Carly Sheblo, pulled up a little bit short. And a timeout is called by Irvin Jerry, a 30-second timeout. With 2:49 to play in the first half, it has been an outstanding first half for Trinity International today. I'm sure Irvin Jerry has got to be thrilled with how it's gone up to this point. And yet, facing the number 8 team in the country, you know you can't let up for even a moment. St. Francis can go on a big run in a hurry. We've already seen it once today. Down by 13 points in the first quarter, they responded with a 9-0 run that brought them within 4. They opened out the second half, or the second quarter rather, by outscoring Trinity right out of the gate 7-2. That cut a 7-point deficit down to 2. Trinity's 7-0 run, though, expanded that lead once again. Is at 7 right now. Saints have not led at any point. Try to get a little bit closer heading into halftime, though. Gieske gives it up to Leah Sims. Sims on the right wing, looks inside for Acosta, doesn't have her. Instead, gives it up to Gieske up top. Now on the left wing, it's Ali Hernandez looking to the top of the key. She finds Alward. Alward drives on Yonke, kicks it out to Acosta. Acosta drives, pull-up jumper is good. Adriana Acosta has been the best offensive player for the Saints today as Leah Sims gets a steal and scores. 8 points now for Acosta, 5 for Leah Sims. 4 points in the span of about 3 seconds right there. And the Saints have made it a one-possession game. Sheblo hands it off to Walker, nearly taken away again. Trinity still in control though. It's Walker driving with the left hand. Splits 2 defenders, throws one up underhand and misses. Rebounded by Hernandez. Hibiki tried to reach in there and take it away. Hernandez though strong with her hands to keep it alive for the Fighting Saints. Here's Gieske for the tie. Misses short on the three-pointer. The rebound is tapped into the hands of Alina Yankee. Yankee picks up her dribble, does not allow Acosta to come away with the steal as she blows by. Now Trinity sets up the offense. Walking off to the right side, it's Carly Sheblo. Sheblo hands it off to Ibarra. Ibarra circles around the screen, lobs it in low for Yankee, who lays it into the basket. Good give and go right there. A little pick and roll action from Trinity International. And that's 12 points now for Alina Yankee, already outpacing her total from last week against the Saints. Driving, Leah Sims all the way in, misses the runner. Gieske tries to come away with the rebound, knocked out of her hands. Alward looks to chase it down. And we've got a whistle. I think somebody was out of bounds with the ball. And it must have been Crystal Walker. 1 minute even to play in the first half. Shadrian McDaniel is in for Ali Hernandez. 5-point lead for Trinity. They've led the entire way. They scored on their first possession before St. Francis even touched the ball. The Saints have not so much as tied it since then. 11 on the shot clock. It's Leah Sims backing up, firing the three and hitting. 8 points for Leah Sims. And again, it is a one-score game. Alina Yankee across half court. Gives it up to Cassandra Ibarra. Lob to the right elbow for Yankee. Yankee stripped by Leah Sims. Loose ball picked up by Shadrian McDaniel. She falls on the floor with it. And a tie-up is called as it gets a little chippy between McDaniel and Yankee. Not sure if McDaniel tried to get a timeout in there. The Saints have 4 of them. She was on top of the ball on the floor, just tried to wrap it up. But Trinity got in there, forced the tie-up. St. Francis does have the possession arrow. This will be most likely their last possession of the first half. They can tie or take the lead for the first time. Leah Sims walks it off to the left. Pulls it back up top. Working against Sheblo. Cuts into the paint, picks it up, passes out to McDaniel. 4 on the shot clock. Shadrian McDaniel works her way inside. McDaniel scores and a foul. We're tied at 31. It's our first tie tonight. Foul is called on Cassandra Ibarra. And now McDaniel, a 69% shooter from the line, can give the Saints their first lead. She misses the free throw. Hibiki gets the rebound. 4 seconds. Trinity will try to take the lead back at halftime. Sheblo doesn't get a shot off. 31 all at the break. Trinity International opened this game up with a 17-4 run. St. Francis was able to weather the storm, and they were able to go on a pretty good run of their own, 9-2 to end the first half. And for the first time today, we're tied. It'll be a brand new ball game when we start the second half up here in about 15 minutes. Until then, I'll step aside. A lot of good basketball still to be played here at the Sullivan Center tonight. 31 all on the USF Sports Network. We've got just about a minute left of halftime here at the Sullivan Center. Welcome back to St. Francis basketball. The Fighting Saints today host Trinity International in the quarterfinals of the CCAC tournament. Terry Bonadonna with you for another half of basketball as Saints try to pull off the comeback against Trinity International. 31-31 at the half. You'd say that it's gone fairly well, I guess, for both teams, but it really doesn't tell you the story of what actually went down in the first half. Trinity International came out red hot, just firing on all cylinders, and they were up 17-4 before half these St. Francis fans had a chance to sit down and get comfortable. The game certainly was not comfortable for the Fighting Saints, who followed up that 17-4 start by going on a 9-0 run, and in the process they got themselves back in the game. Trinity, though, led by 7 at the end of the first quarter, and then St. Francis came out hot to start the second, outscoring them 7-2 right out of the gate, cutting the deficit to 2. Trinity distanced themselves again. They made the lead 7 once again at 29-22, but the Fighting Saints came on strong at the end. They finished the half on a 9-2 run, and they are tied for the first time all day, 31-31. St. Francis has not led at any point. Fighting Saints were led in the first half by Andriana Acosta, who went 3 of 4 from the field for 8 points. Leah Sims has 8 points as well and 3 of 8 shooting. Jordan Pyle, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Caitlin Elward, conference's leading scorer, has just 2 points. She's rebounded the ball 4 times. For Trinity, Alina Yankey's been the star of the show so far. 12 points, 9 rebounds. Just 1 rebound shy of a double-double already after she was pretty quiet in the game against the Fighting Saints last week. Yankey is joined in double figures by Taylor Hibicki, who's got 10 points. We are underway in the third quarter. Trinity International has the ball, going from right to left now, and trying to jump on the board early as they were able to do in the first half. Carly Sheblo on the outside, guarded by Leah Sims, as both teams bring their starters back onto the floor. Hibicki inside to Yankey, turnaround on Pyle, doesn't get the roll this time. Rebounded by Gieske. Yankey 6 of 11 from the field after that miss. Again, just 1 rebound shy of a double-double after the first half. Jordan Pyle over to Gieske, 3-pointer, in and out. Rebounded by Trinity. It's Cassandra Ibarra. Ibarra shadowed down the floor by Shadrian McDaniel. Drives into the right corner, pulls it back out. Bounce down low for Yankey. Yankey blocked that time by McDaniel. So she comes up empty on the first 2 second-half possessions for Trinity. Here come the Fighting Saints with their second opportunity to take their first lead of the night. Actually, their third opportunity. They did have 1 chance from the free throw line late in the first half, didn't get it. Here's Shadrian McDaniel on the runner. McDaniel misses off the side iron. Offensive rebound, Pyle. The putback is good. And for the first time tonight, St. Francis does have the lead, 33-31. They're on an 11-2 run going back to the end of the second quarter. Sheblo is bumped on the floor by Leah Sims. That's the first foul on Sims. It's the first foul of the half on either team. 1 minute and 26 seconds in. Trinity will inbound from the baseline. But first, Paige Gieske needs to tie her shoe. Her right shoe. She's all set now. We're all ready to go. Sheblo to be the trigger man on this play. Thrown up into the air. Hibicki tries to save it and can't. Miscommunication there between Sheblo and Hibicki. It was lobbed over Hibicki's head, and she couldn't get it back in. So it drifts out of bounds. It's a turnover committed by Trinity. We saw a ton of turnovers in the first half, 20 total. 11 for the visitors, 9 for the Saints. Jordan Pyle walks it to the top of the key. Pyle dribbling to the left side. Hands it to Shadrian McDaniel. Up top, Allard. Caitlin Allard kicks it out to Gieske. Gieske inside, passes back out to Pyle. Leah Sims, deep 3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Yankey. So there's her double-double as she passes off to the left side, and Sheblo. Sheblo sets up the offense, trying to tie this game up or take the lead back for Trinity. Sheblo working around the perimeter. 17 on the shot clock. Guarded lightly by Leah Sims. Screen to the left side. Sheblo all the way to the basket. Layup is good. She used the screen, freed herself up, and an easy layup for Sheblo. Over 2 minutes into the second half, Trinity's got their first points. We're tied at 33. 3-3-3-3-3 across the scoreboard right now. 33-33 in the third period. Caitlin Aylward has it knocked out of her hands by Alina Yonke. Out of bounds. It's still St. Francis possession. Jordan Pyle will inbound. Into Gieske. Gieske misses on the layup attempt. Taken by Trinity International. Cassandra Ibarra on the right side of the court. Driving around, Shadrian McDaniel flips it outside. Hibiki for three. Short. Rebounded by Jordan Pyle. Hibiki was bidding for her third three-pointer of the game. She's now 2 of 4 shooting from the outside. Pyle to the basket, blocked by Yonke, out of bounds. First block of the game for Alina Yonke, who entered play today 6th in the nation in that category. Inbounds pass, bounced right to Caitlin Aylward, who lays it in. Too easy for Aylward after receiving the pass. 5th assist of the game for Jordan Pyle. 4 points now for Aylward. Saints by a deuce. Matches their biggest lead. Three-pointer Hibiki. Off the back of the rim. It went down, but it will not count. It hit off of the shot clock, I believe, after bouncing high off that rim, and so that means it was out of bounds. And even though it fell right back down through the hoop, the ball was already dead. Andriana Acosta back in for the Fighting Saints. Acosta played 17 minutes in the first half, and she's not able to save this ball from going out of bounds. It's a turnover. Acosta's 17 minutes all came off the bench for the Fighting Saints. And she's back in early in the second half as well. Steve Brooks riding his junior reserve hard in today's CCAC quarterfinal. At the free throw line, step back jumper Hibiki gets it to go. We're tied at 35. $12 points now for Hibiki. These two teams have traded baskets in the second half. Jordan Pyle nearly lost it out of bounds. Passes out of the double team, but throws it right along the baseline. And it is a St. Francis turnover. This game continues to be rife with turnovers. And Steve Brooks calls a 30-second timeout. The first round of the CCAC tournament. It's a 3-round tournament. Winner of this game will play on Thursday. Location to be determined. If Trinity wins, they'll be on the road. They just don't know where. It'll be either Olivet Nazarene or Robert Morris. Those two teams are locked up in a tight match right now at halftime in Bourbonnais. If St. Francis wins, they'll be hosting the winner of that game. I'm not sure which team you'd rather see. Olivet's number 23 in the nation and always one of the hardest teams to play with their crazy up-tempo style. Robert Morris has played St. Francis tougher than any other team in the conference this year. Saints escaped Robert Morris with a 1-point win back in late December. And then in late January, Robert Morris became the first team to beat St. Francis in conference. Trinity ball. First things first, the Saints need to win this game before they can even think about their next opponent. Crystal Walker lobs it in for Hibiki, poked away from behind by Pyle. Hibiki gets it back. Inside to Yonke, now back out. Entry pass again to Yonke. Hibiki for three, short. And it's rebounded by Jordan Pyle. Yonke hits the ground. Trinity wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Here come the Fighting Saints. Leah Sims drives and she's fouled. 35-35. We saw Hibiki fire a three-pointer on the other side. She's now missed 3 in a row. Not a great percentage shooter from the outside. She hit 2 of them in the first half and maybe got overconfident because she's lost a few possessions that way here in the second half. She's now 2 of 6 shooting three-pointers. First free throw is good from Leah Sims. Saints reclaim the lead. They haven't trailed in the second half. They have not led at any point in the game, though, by more than 2. Sims gets them both. Saints as a team now 6 of 7 from the free throw stripe in the game. Here's Dana Percival. Percival looks for the cutting Hibiki, didn't have her, gives it up to Sheblo instead. Sheblo lobs it to the high post, it's Yonke. Yonke with 15 to shoot. Forces it to the outside and Walker. Walker guarded by Acosta, looking back inside for Yonke. She's got her. Backing in, Yankee stripped, gets it right back to the left side, throws it up, no good. Yankees still scoreless in the second half after scoring 12 points in the first. Here comes Leah Sims. Sims drives, pulls up, passes back outside. St. Francis resets. Jordan Pyle dribbles to the right. Along the perimeter, it's Leah Sims. Gets the screen from Alward. Cuts to the free throw line. Now back out to McDaniel. 12 seconds to shoot. Shadrian McDaniel steps inside the arc. Kicks it to Pyle. Three-point attempt. No good. Offensive rebound. Acosta back up and in. For the first time tonight, the Saints have a two-possession lead, 39-35. And Adriana Acosta is in double figures. The first Saint, the second Saint to get there today. Leah Sims has 10, and now Acosta's got 10 as well. Here's Sheblo. Hand off to Hibicki. This is the most adversity that Trinity has faced today. Walker, deep on the right wing. Gets the screen from Yankee and is fouled by Caitlin Alward. Alward called for the reach-in. And it's her first, and it's the team's second foul. 4:17 to play in the third quarter. St. Francis has outscored Trinity International 8-4 so far this half. It's Carly Sheblo receiving the inbounds pass. Sheblo dribbles to the left wing, picked up by Leah Sims. At the free throw line, Yankee. Yankee holds and now pulls up for the jumper. Off the mark, rebound Acosta. A lot of bad shots this half for Trinity International. They just have not been able to get the clean looks they found so frequently in the first half. Caitlin Alward on the right wing, guarded closely by Dana Percival. Up top and around to the left side, Leah Sims. Sims holds, now fires down low to Alward. Alward backs in, kicks out McDaniel. Long two-point jumper misses short. Rebound tapped by Acosta out of bounds. We're going the other way. Substitution coming in for Trinity. Hibicki takes a seat. The starting guard, Cassandra Ibarra, comes back in. Sheblo pulls up a few feet behind the three-point line. Off to Walker at the top. Pass towards Yankee, poked away by Alward, chased down by Acosta, and she's fouled from behind. Quick hands by Caitlin Alward and great hustle by Adriana Acosta. It looked initially like after the poke away, Trinity was going to retain possession, but Acosta came flying in from nowhere and was able to intercept that ball, getting a steal out of it. Then taking possession for St. Francis. Jordan Pyle inbounds to the corner. Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel out deep to Jordan Pyle, and Pyle walks the perimeter, passing to the right side. Leah Sims into the double team. Caitlin Alward. Alward backs out. Lob down low for Acosta. Acosta receives it, pulls out to the corner. 14 to shoot for Jordan Pyle, who fakes, drives. Jordan Pyle all the way to the basket, lays it in. Great drive for Jordan Pyle. Saints by 6. They've scored the last 6 points, and a timeout is called by Trinity International as they face their largest deficit of the game. 2 minutes, 58 seconds to play in the third quarter. St. Francis has started to open this game up. Still relatively close here with a long way to play. But considering the way this game was going early on for St. Francis, if you'd have told anybody on that bench they'd be up by 6 with 3 minutes left in the third, I think they'd have been thrilled with that. Remember, they were down 17-4 early in the first quarter. In fact, they were down 11-0 before they even got their first points. They didn't get their first field goal until more than 6 minutes into the contest, and here they are now up by 6 points in the third quarter. So they're finally starting to look a little bit more like the St. Francis team that we have recognized throughout the season. They've gotten off to slow starts now in back-to-back games. They trailed big in the second half against St. Xavier in their most recent contest last Wednesday. Came storming back and ended up falling by just 2 points on a buzzer-beating jumper that cost the Fighting Saints the #1 seed in this tournament. So they'll have to go through the tougher path to the championship. But after a slow start today, they picked things up just a little bit sooner, erasing that double-digit deficit by the end of the second quarter. Here's Dana Percival for Trinity. Percival backs it up towards half court. Pass off to the left side, Sheblo. Sheblo flies it over to Percival, who makes the catch, and now back up top to Sheblo. Sheblo fires to the free throw line. Now kick back out. Percival for three. Rims out. Rebounded by Jordan Pyle. Pyle lobbed ahead for Shadrian McDaniel. It's 3-on-1. McDaniel bounces in for Acosta. She cannot finish, but she is fouled. Acosta's been very efficient offensively today, and now a chance to add a couple more points from the free throw line, where she's hit on 75% of her attempts this year. Acosta off the bench this season for St. Francis. Still gets to the free throw line more than anybody on the team except for Caitlin Aylward. She makes the first. Aylward this year shot 171 free throws. Acosta second with 68. So there's a pretty big disparity between 1 and 2 there, but even off the bench, playing not nearly as many minutes as some of the other players on the roster, Acosta has gotten herself to the line a pretty fair amount. Very physical player inside. Here's Sheblo out to Percival. Percival pulls it out to the left wing, stripped and taken away by Caitlin Aylward. Another steal. Aylward lobbed ahead for Pyle. Jordan Pyle's layup is good. 10-0 run St. Francis, and they lead by double digits. Their best run of the game. Trinity International has not scored in nearly 5 minutes of game time. Stripped again. This time Leah Sims gets the steal. Sims one-on-one against Sheblo. Shovels it off to the trailer Acosta, and Acosta's called for an offensive foul. Leah Sims has been a little tentative on the breaks today. That time she got the steal, she had one-on-one against Sheblo, elected not to take it in herself. And Acosta ends up receiving the pass and then picking up an offensive foul. For Andriana Acosta, that is the third foul. Make that her second. Crystal Walker to Sheblo. 13 on the shot clock. Sheblo dribbles off to the right side and hands it to Ibarra. 7 to shoot. Ibarra step back three-pointer from the top. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Leah Sims. Sims slows it down. Just over a minute to play in the third. Caitlin Aylward on the left wing. Very quiet day offensively for Aylward. Her teammates, though, have picked up the slack. Here's Leah Sims up top to Pyle. Left side, Aylward for three. Aylward misses the three, and the rebound is saved by Acosta to Jordan Pyle. Now Sims for three. Good. How about that hustle on the rebound? Acosta to Pyle to Sims, and Sims finishes it off, her third three-pointer of the game. It's a 13-0 St. Francis run. And it's been 6 minutes now since Trinity's last bucket. Inside to Ibarra, she's fouled. Cassandra Ibarra is going to the free throw line. Foul is on Shadrian McDaniel. It's McDaniel's first foul. And the first free throw misses from Cassandra Ibarra. 61% foul shooter for the season. And the second one is good. So there you go, the first point for Trinity in 5 minutes and 57 seconds. It snaps a 13-0 St. Francis run. Shot clock is off for the Fighting Saints. Jordan Pyle, though, loses the ball, and now the shot clock is off for Trinity International as they come away with the steal. Crystal Walker with 16 seconds. They trail by double figures now, but Trinity can end the third with a little momentum on their side as they try to pull off the big comeback. We've already seen a 26-point turnaround in this game. Crystal Walker spins down the lane. Jumper is good with 2 seconds left, and the Saints don't have a chance to inbound the ball. So Trinity stays alive. They score the final 3 points of the quarter, getting their first field goal there in 6.5 minutes. They were up by as many as 13. They were down by as many as 13. And now a 10-point game with 10 minutes to go. I'll take a quick break. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. It's St. Francis by 10, trying to advance to the semifinals on Thursday night. 1 quarter still to play. At one point, this looked like it was going to be a blowout in Trinity International's favor. They led by 13 in the first quarter. A 26-point turnaround. St. Francis led by 13 late in the third quarter. Trinity got the final 3 points over their last 2 possessions to end the third, so they trail by 10. St. Francis opens up the period with the basketball. Leah Sims walks it to the left side and passes it up top to Acosta. Great offensive game for Acosta so far. She's got 12 points on 5 shots as she receives the pass from Pyle. Goes up, can't finish. But she'll go back to the free throw line where she's 4 of 4 today. She wanted to finish that one, though, not just to make it a chance at a 3-point play, but to give Jordan Pyle another assist. Pyle sitting on 6 assists. She's already got a double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds. So Acosta hits the free throw. So I would call it unlikely at this point, but Jordan Pyle is certainly in range of a triple-double. Second foul shot is good from Acosta. So now 14 points for Acosta on just 5 shots. That's impressive. Here comes Trinity International, desperately seeking a score. And we've got a foul on Leah Sims. Second foul on Leah Sims. It's the first on the team. Trinity inbounds from the baseline, and it's stolen by Sims. So she picks up the foul, gets it right back on the steal. Ahead for Jordan Pyle. Pyle walks it to the right, passes to Shadrian McDaniel. Into the corner for Sims. Sims starts to drive, kicks it back around. Pyle surveys the scene. Now she drives, she's bumped, and can't quite finish. She heads to the free throw line. Saints have been very good on free throws today. They've missed only 1, 10 of 11 overall in the game. Jordan Pyle, 11 points so far, 2 free throws coming her way. She makes the first. Saints match their biggest lead of 13, 51-38. Second double-double of the season for Jordan Pyle today. It's her first in 2.5 months. As the second free throw rims out, Acosta battles for the offensive rebound, toes the line and stays in. Saints reset the possession. Ball is tipped by Ibarra away from Pyle and out of bounds. Pyle into Leah Sims. Bounced to the high post. This is Caitlin Alward, who turns to face the basket and now pulls it back outside. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Leah Sims with 3 to shoot. Sims fires up a 3. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Alward. Saints get a third opportunity here. Jordan Pyle sets it up to Leah Sims. Back down low for Alward. Alward spins up with the right hand and in. The lead is 15 for St. Francis. This game at one point was tied at 35. Since then, the Saints have outscored the Trojans 18-3. Foul called on Leah Sims, getting a little handsy on that play outside. 8.5 minutes to go in this one. Big lead for the Fighting Saints. Allie Hernandez checks in for Leah Sims, who just picked up her 3rd foul. Good hand for Sims, who's had an excellent ball game tonight. Sims checks out for the first time in the second half. Sheblo dribbles off to the left side. Working hard against Hernandez. A handoff to Ibarra. Ibarra pulls it back. She drives, kicks, and a foul called on the floor against the Fighting Saints. Second foul on Shadrian McDaniel. Saints have committed 3 now. Jordan Pyle has a quick discussion with one of the officials, and now we're ready to go. Inbounded into the corner for Yankee, who has just 1 rebound, no points in the second half, after putting up a 12-9 in the first half. Crystal Walker up top to Sheblo, 8 to shoot. Sheblo drives around Hernandez all the way to the hoop. Layup high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Elward. Here comes Allie Hernandez. Hernandez off on the right side. Up top to Alward, down low Acosta, layup, got it. 16 for Acosta. The lead is 17. Costa has tied her season high in scoring. Yankee travels. She has had a tough second half after leading her team in the first. It's another Trinity turnover, and St. Francis takes possession, working against the full court press. Alward lobs it ahead for Pyle. McDaniel double teamed and finally gets it back to Alward. Lobbed off to the corner for Acosta. Back into Alward, who's blocked, but a foul called on Taylor Hibicki. Caitlin Alward to the free throw line. Very quiet day for Caitlin Alward by her standards. But she's got 6.6 rebounds. It hasn't been a bad showing for her, and she'll get a chance for 2 more points from the line as a timeout is called by Trinity International. St. Francis has not wrapped this one up yet, but with a 17-point lead, 7:18 to go, they've got to be feeling pretty good about their opportunity now to advance to the next round of the conference tournament. If they do win, that game will be here on Thursday. Quick check from Bourbonnais. Robert Morris leads Olivet Nazarene by 2 points. They're late in the third quarter. Assuming this result holds, the winner of that game will come here on Thursday night. This was a very tough test for St. Francis today. It has been a tough test, I should say. It's certainly not over yet. Trinity's had a few big runs. They may have one more left in them. We'll see. The Saints figure to get another really tough test on Thursday. They are able to hold off the Trojans in this one. Alward makes the first free throw. The path to the championship, a lot more difficult for the number 2 seed than for the number 1. Alward makes the second free throw as well. 8 points for her. Saints had a chance to get the 1 seed. They had to win on Wednesday against St. Xavier, and a heartbreaking loss as the Cougars were able to get the last-second jumper to win that game by 2. Chance the 2 teams will meet up again on Saturday. That would be a conference championship. Percival, pass towards Yankee, deflected by Alward, but Trinity keeps it alive. Here's Crystal Walker. Walker walks it way out to the top. Now screen to the left side, pulls it back. Walker drives again. She's bumped as she throws it up. She's going to the free throw line. St. Xavier was victorious earlier tonight against Governors State. And the reason, a couple of reasons I say, the path is a lot harder for the 2 seed. There were only 7 teams in the conference this year with winning records. Trinity International, a very tough 7 seed with a 12-10 conference record this year as Walker makes the first free throw. The 8 seed Governors State was just 9-13 in conference play. Not that it's ever easy to beat a conference team, especially at this stage of the season, but Trinity much more competitive overall this season as Walker makes them both. And that second round game is going to be a tough one too, whether it's Robert Morris or Olivet Nazarene. And then of course you get to the championship and you got to play it on the road. They had won that game last week. They would have 3 straight home games for the championship. Here's Alward for 3. Got it. Caitlin Alward's in double figures. Timeout is called by St. Francis, 60-40. A 20-point lead. They were down by 13 early, and what a turnaround this has been for the Fighting Saints. You knew they weren't going to go down that easily. A very ugly start today for St. Francis, but boy, have they turned it around in a big way. Completely dominating this second half. We were tied at halftime, and the Saints have outscored the Trojans 29-9 since that break. Caitlin Alward's 3-pointer moments ago put her in double figures, so she is the 4th Saint to reach that mark. Andriana Acosta's got 16 points, 13 for Leah Sims, 12 for Jordan Pyle, 11 for Caitlin Alward. Trinity fighting to the finish here, trying to get one last big run. They had a few of them in the first half. Sheblo working around Allie Hernandez. Hernandez not giving any ground. There's a handoff to Crystal Walker. Walker gets the screen to the right side. Up top to Yankee, a drive and a kick into the corner. Percival for 3, missed it short. Rebound goes to Shadrian McDaniel. Strong hand. She's able to hold on to that ball. Caitlin Alward takes it the other way. Alward pulls up at the three-point line. Here's Jordan Pyle on the wing. Pyle up top to Acosta. To the left side, Caitlin Alward. Top of the key, Ali Hernandez. 9 on the shot clock. Pyle down to the corner for Acosta. Jumper, no good. Rebound by McDaniel. Saints have another 20 seconds to run if they want to here. Alward looks inside. And a foul away from the ball called on Carly Sheblo. 5:33 to play in this one. Third foul on Carly Sheblo. Both teams are at their limit now, so free throws on the next foul. Inbounded to Acosta. She's blocked by Yankee, and Acosta called for the foul. Well, that'll mean free throws for Alina Yankee. Paige Gieske heads to the scorers table for St. Francis. She comes in for Acosta. Andriana Acosta had only missed 1 shot all game. Now she's missed 2 in a row. Both of them off of passes from Jordan Pyle. I keep tracking that. Trying to follow that triple-double bid, but she's still 3 assists shy with 5.5 minutes to go. Yankee hits the first free throw, and that's her first point of the second half, her 13th for the game. Second one is good. 5 of the last 7 points for Trinity have come from the free throw line. They've made just 1 field goal in the last 11 minutes. Ali Hernandez is called for the travel. Didn't see Crystal Walker standing in her way. It threw Hernandez off. Good defense by Walker. And the Saints turn it over. Yankee, sophomore from Germany, hands it back to Walker, senior from Illinois. Walker crosses over on McDaniel, shovels it to the outside. Hibicki, step back jumper, blocked by Jordan Pyle. Shadrian McDaniel breaks the press. McDaniel hands it off to Ali Hernandez. Alward on the left wing. Down to the corner for Jordan Pyle, 13 to shoot. Pyle drives, kicks to Gieske. Another pass to McDaniel. Down low for Alward. Alward fights it up and scores. 13 for Caitlin Alward. 20-point lead once again for St. Francis. Hibicki to Sheblo. High post, it's Yankee backing in on Alward. Kicks it back outside to Dana Percival. Percival on the drive, loses the ball. And picked up by Jordan Pyle. Lobbed ahead for Alward. Alward works her way inside, pulls it back out. Ali Hernandez. Hernandez loses the ball, gets it back. 14 to shoot. Game clock running down to 4 minutes. Alward holds it on the outside. Now she starts to dribble in, out to Jordan Pyle. 5 to shoot. Pyle dishes off for Alward. Layup, can't get it. Contact with Yankee and Alward, no foul called. Yankee a little bit shaken up. She gets back into the play though. Here's Crystal Walker for the Trojans. Walker puts the ball behind her back, blocked by Jordan Pyle. Paige Gieske picks up the loose ball. Gieske on the move, kicks it out to Pyle. Pyle into the cutting McDaniel. McDaniel's foul. Fouled by Dana Percival, and Shadrian McDaniel is going to the free throw line for 2 shots. This one seems to be pretty much in the bag for St. Francis now as they try to salt it away. As a team today, St. Francis is shooting 87% on free throws. McDaniel is 0 for 1. She's got 2 points in the game. They were a big 2. They came late in the first half. Saints were down 31-29. She tied the score. She misses the free throw. Her bucket in the final seconds of the second quarter was the first time that St. Francis had tied the game. And they were able then to take the lead early in the third quarter, and they have not trailed for a single second of the second half. That'll do it for most of the starters for St. Francis as Alward and McDaniel walk to the bench. Justine Charlesworth and Josie Graffio check in. Pyle and Gieske, the only two starters who remain on the floor for the Fighting Saints, who lead now by 21. That's the most they've been up by all game. Trinity still has not hit from the field yet in the fourth quarter. Crystal Walker drives along the baseline. Layup is good. There's their first field goal in about 7 minutes. It's only their second field goal of the last 13 minutes. Last time these two teams met, Saints held Trinity to just 5 points in the fourth quarter. Today's been a similar story as Trinity has scored just 6 in the fourth quarter, only 13 in the second half as Gieske misses on the three. Offensive rebound, Jordan Pyle. Hernandez passes to Graffio. Josie Graffio kicks it outside to Charlesworth. Down to the corner. Graffio, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hernandez all alone for three. Off the mark, rebounded by Hibicki. Hibicki takes it down the floor herself. Pulls up on the left wing, lobs it down low for Yonke. Working against Pyle. Yonke pulls up, passes outside. This is Kelsey Kelly. Kelly on the scoop shot, draws the foul. "19-point lead for St. Francis. Kelsey Kelly, another freshman, at the free throw line for the Trojans. 2 shots for Kelly, looking for her first points of the game. And she makes the first. Kelsey Kelly last week against St. Francis scored 4 points in only 8 minutes. She's got 2 points in limited action now today as Irvin Jerry continues to clear his bench. Another freshman comes in, Louisa Schmidt from Germany. Allie Hernandez working for the Saints, bounces it off to Jordan Pyle. Off to the right side, it's Graffio. Josie Graffio finds Paige Gieske up top to the left. Allie Hernandez for three, got it. Allie Hernandez hits from the outside for the second time today. She's got 6 points. The lead is back to 20 for St. Francis with under 2 minutes to play. Kelly bounces in the corner for Schmidt, 3 ball. Off, rebounded by Kelly. Whistle blows. I think there's a clock issue. Both teams will bring in subs. Rexisha Hollis is in for St. Francis. Jordan Pyle, gaudy stat sheet today, checks out. Dana Percival is back in for Trinity. Ball goes into Gula. Breely Gula shakes the defender, drives to the hoop, misses the layup, gets her own rebound, and scores on her second effort. 66-48 on Gula's first bucket of the night. Paige Gieske across half court. Hernandez hit a three a moment ago. This time she elects not to shoot. Graffio thought about it. Instead, she drives out to Charlesworth. She tries the three. In and out. Rebound goes to Crystal Walker. Baseball pass ahead to Gula. Gula's layup is good. 4 points for Breely Gula in just the last couple of moments. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by Gula, so the Saints will inbound it from the corner. 63 seconds to go, 16-point lead for St. Francis. Saints appear to be moving onward to Thursday night here at home against either Robert Morris or Olivet Nazarene. Less than a minute away from wrapping this one up. There's a steal from Dana Percival. Percival streaks the other way and lays it in. 49.6 on the clock. Trinity still putting on this tough full court press. Justine Charlesworth poked away from behind by Crystal Walker and knocked out of bounds. Saints ball was knocked across the timeline. Saints the last couple of possessions have had trouble getting it across to avoid that 10-second violation, but Walker did the job for them. Here's Allie Hernandez with 18 on the shot clock. Off to Gieske, left side. Gieske dribbles from the left wing all the way in, fouled by Percival. Paige Gieske heads to the line. Paige Gieske, the junior forward, has 3 points, 3 rebounds today. And she misses the first free throw. One more shot coming for St. Francis. Both miss, rebounded by Percival. And just a half second separates the shot and game clocks now. So Trinity will take what is likely their last possession of the game, and it ends in a turnover as Walker fires across the court and airmails everybody out of bounds. 18 seconds to go. As soon as the Saints are able to get this ball across half court, assuming they are, they will be able to dribble out the clock. Hernandez pressured lightly by Kelly. Hollis gets it back to Hernandez. Hernandez gets across half court, and that should do it. 8 seconds on the clock now. Walker continues to pressure on defense, but there's nothing Trinity can do to stop the clock from here on out. There's the final buzzer. Saints win it 66-52. And they are moving on to the conference semifinals once again at home. Last year they were upset in the semifinals at home. They'll try to get their revenge this year, potentially on the same team that knocked them out a season ago, Olivet Nazarene. It'll either be Olivet or Robert Morris. That game is still going on. I'll get you another scoreboard update before I get out of here today, but let's wrap this one up first. An ugly start for St. Francis. Trinity International, after getting blown out by 26 points in this building just 10 days ago, came out swinging today, and boy, did they look good in the first quarter and really most of the first half. They were up by 7 points with just a couple of minutes left in the first half, but they were really handcuffed from that point on. St. Francis did a great job recovering from their sluggish start. They were down in the first quarter 17-4. They ended the first half on a 9-2 run, tied the game up at 31, and then in the second half they never trailed, building a lead of as many as 21 points. Ended up cruising to a 14-point victory, 66-52. The Saints shot 42% from the field for the game, 40% for Trinity International. Both teams turned the ball over a lot, but the Saints only 6 times in the second half, 15 total. Trinity turned the ball over 19 times in the game today. Leaders statistically for Trinity today, 14 points for Alina Yankee and 12 for Taylor Hibicki, but those two combined on 22 points in the first half and just 4 in the second half. St. Francis had 4 players in double figures. Andriana Acosta finished with a game-high 16 to go along with 7 rebounds, 13 points for Leah Sims and Caitlin Elward. Jordan Pyle finished with 12 points. Pyle also led the way with 12 rebounds. It was her second double-double of the season. Pyle had 12 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks in today's game. Leah Sims chipped in 7 steals to go along with her 13 points. Now, how about Caitlin Elward? Very slow start today. She ended up with a very respectable line of 13 points and 6 rebounds. So really a great team effort the whole second half and most of the second quarter too for St. Francis. A bad start for them, but once they turned it on, they never slowed down, and it turned out to be a really nice finish in this one for the Fighting Saints, who improved their record on the season now to 26-5. Trinity International's season is over. They finish 18-13 this year, and it's a disappointing end to the season for the for the Trojans, but in the end, a really nice campaign for Trinity International. A great turnaround, their first winning record in nearly a decade, and a lot of big-time contributors are at the freshman and sophomore level. So this is a team that is going to be fun to watch over the next couple of years for Irvin Jerry. But as for Steve Brooks' St. Francis squad, they're looking at least one more game, and probably more than that, as they try to qualify once again for the national tournament, which is pretty well a lock at this point. They'd like to get the automatic bid with the conference championship on Saturday. They're 2 wins away, and again, they will face on Thursday right here in this arena the winner of Robert Morris and Olivet Nazarene. And at the moment, it looks like it's going to be Robert Morris. The Eagles lead Olivet by 15 points, 80-65, with 4 minutes to go right now in Bourbonnais. So little chance at revenge perhaps for the Saints. Either way, they'll try for revenge. If it's Olivet, they'll be trying to take out the team that beat them in last year's conference tournament. If it's Robert Morris, they'll try to take out one of only 2 teams to have beaten the Fighting Saints in conference play this year. Robert Morris beat St. Francis on January 29th right here, and we may be looking at a rematch 2 nights from now. 7 o'clock start on Thursday. I'm sure you'll be with us. We'll have that broadcast for you, as always, through the USF Sports Network. You can get any more updates that you need through GoFightingSaints.com. That's going to do it for today's broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. St. Francis defeats Trinity International 66-52. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Good night, all.